I have.
Hi everybody, welcome to the online community with Nick Wood and Barb Tomlin. We're just chewing the fat, chatting away all about was that you, Barb?
I'm sorry.
all about communities. So obviously I'm Nick Wood. This is a very lovely Barb. Have you got your vibrating avatar today, Barb, or is that just your
Oh, right. Let me put that on.
I don't like to call you
there
out.
There I am.
Okay, now we can see when you're talking. That's
and now the waves bounce around when I laugh.
Exactly. So that way I'll see your laughter before it even happens. That's the main thing. So as always, we are live streaming across multiple platforms today. We've got Facebook, mine and Barb's. Well, Barb's got about 3 Facebook platforms she's on, and our 2 YouTube platforms. We can of course live stream anywhere we want to with this little bit of software we have. If you want to know which one we're using, just ask us in the comments. We might tell you, we might not, but we are going to talk about communities. And Barb, something funny happening with the old Facebook communities you were talking about.
Well, you know their big layoff is this week, right?
Yeah. that's gonna help.
Well, no, it's not this week. I'm sorry, it's May 20th. It couldn't come fast enough.
This is the layoff, so they're laying everyone off and replacing them with vibe coders. I'm taking it.
Yeah. Well, in fact, they actually had a new notice today, new news release, that they're using AI to protect our children. Oh, God.
Oh, really?
Like, I'm so glad I don't have any children at home now that I have to be concerned about, because that's a scary thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Luckily,
but I don't know. It's crazy here. It really is. I'm on this platform, and of course that Mari Smith is the one responsible for getting me to sign up for this platform, and I just had my anniversary because I joined on in April of 2009. So I'm like,
2009.
And he dragged me to get here, and then here's where we are today. And the other thing was about streaming live to the platform. It's like, oh, finally, we're in the 21st century. Finally get to see people from everywhere. And of course, that's how you and I got together for the first time, was through live streaming applications. And that's what drew us both to school, because that platform, you just press the button and go live anytime you want to in your community. So
yeah, and that's the nice thing. That's what we like about the school community. It's community based, and so this is the thing. We can go live to our little heart's content. If you've got no one watching, it's kind of it doesn't really cut the mustard. But if we've got communities, so we have Facebook communities, we have YouTube communities, we've got communities on the school, then we can go live, and then we've got an audience that we can talk with. Hey, Barb, I was going to tell you, I was live streaming this morning on a totally new platform called POYO. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Poyo, maybe. With a lovely POYO. Yeah.
I'll share the screen. Let us know what that's about. I have not, me. I chase those shiny objects.
I know. I'll only show you the app. It's a little pink one on the end there. So I had to do it on my phone.
POYO? Is it?
POYO, and it's kind of like a Chinese app. It's only because a friend of mine said, "Oh, my sister's live streaming right now on it." So they sent me the link, so I was able to join in.
Oh yeah, I see it. The app's
Yeah.
on Google
And
Play.
they're like live streaming. They're just in the car, and it was
Where-
really a really interesting live stream platform. So again, everywhere, as we always say, be careful, because everywhere you live stream, you're then going to build up a following and a community, and then try and look after all of them everywhere is going to be asking for trouble.
Well, I want to see what this story is, because this is located in China. Is
Yeah,
it?
China. Yeah,
A
China.
high-profile Poyo.
Oyo.
The ultimate live show platform where beauty meets talent. Well, at this
That's
stage,
why they invited me on.
and it was last updated in March. Well, that's 2 months now. Safety, share your data. They're trying to. Here's a 3.5 rating so far that they've pulled in. Wonderful time. It's so easy to meet kind and genuine people. So that's, one of the scary things. Interface is simple and smooth. Stream quality is clear. Is it what is it at 2K or 1080 or what are they streaming at? What level? Do you know?
Barb, I didn't ask. I just jumped on because I was like,
you shouldn't have mentioned that kind of stuff to me. I'm going to check it out.
Someone says to me, jump on. I jump on.
Oh dear. No.
Ask questions later. So
Do you really? So I guess that's how you found me. Go
Well,
where Barb is.
Yeah.
We'll tell you why later. No.
No. Where beauty meets, what was it? Where beauty meets intelligence.
Are you? It's been a couple weeks now, I guess. Or did we actually get together last week? I'll tell you what. Last week was so active. I'm not kidding you. I mean, every single day. I believe that you must start your day with a list.
The list. That's not
your
a bad
daily
idea.
to-do list. And I make it so easy. I've been doing that since the 1980s, with technology of being able to use Notepad. And so I have your current day list is actually the template for your next day list, if you set it up right.
Yeah. No,
we know that consistency helps us remember to do things.
It does. I just need to call you out quickly, Barb, on the fact that, I give you my heart and soul on a Tuesday, and you don't even remember what we broadcast last week. Did we broadcast last week? Well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Yeah,
we did.
Last
we
week
did. We were worried about the King's visit. Well,
exactly.
I'll say worried. We didn't really care. But...
And last week was the first time I really skipped a beat too. I was like, oh, we were going to do that. I'm getting old. I can't, I have to admit it. Chronologically, the time is catching up with me. But if you put me up against my peers, my age, I'm still ahead of the game. I was one of those brainiacs as a kid. So I get down to average now.
Yeah. That's what I've always loved about you, Barb, your innate modesty. You never blowing your own trumpet. You brainiac.
Is that what attracted so many of you Brits to me long ago?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, after all, you had a queen. I mean, she didn't just sit back there and look pretty.
No, that's true. She put a shift in, bless her. It does make me laugh, though, when they say, oh, it's about duty. It's like, but as duty goes, it doesn't have to pay well, and you get to meet interesting people and have great food. Travel the world, and you don't have to actually have a job. But it's duty. I can see how duty.
Wave your hand. Wave your hand. Don't forget to wave your hand.
Yeah, the royal wave. Yeah. Pleasant.
But
Yes,
You
I
know,
did.
she had,
I digress.
just like me, she loved corgis. And my corgi kids
Yeah.
have been, this last week, I got to tell you, they've been driving me nuts because like it's a long trip, you know, but they, I've had them since they were just little puppies, and
Yeah.
they are so, corgis are really special because they're so super bright, and they can tell when things are not, just jiving perfectly for Barb, and they've actually run to my husband more often and cuddled up
Oh,
under his chair. It's like,
yeah.
oh, mom's on the warpath. We don't
Yeah. Take cover, Barb's
yeah.
Barb's going to explode. What have they done? What have they done? Have they been upsetting you? Have they been naughty doggies, or have they just been gentle
Well,
doggy
no,
type?
just demanding. I mean, because I was going live every day when I got them, because it was back during the coronavirus days, and I
In the
thought
day.
we all need something to cheer us up. Why don't we get a couple of pups and watch them
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah.
get
Other people would have ice cream,
really? Well, hey, back then when I went live, I mean, the views were high, not just because of the quirky kids, but it was like something to do and see somebody being happy, you know.
I
But
know. That's the thing though, Barb. I remember back at when I really started live streaming during the lockdown, I was getting like massive, I think like 75,000 reach on my Facebook page.
uh-huh,
Oh, happy days. What the hell
absolutely.
happened? What happened?
Well, they got a life. No, you never know what's going to come out of it.
Improve the quality of my content.
Actually, I know that I'm on audio only today, but I have in my office I actually have a bar at the other end. Not that I need it, but where I have, well, it's a coffee bar or a beverage bar,
Oh, not all.
But do you remember this? A long time ago on the internet, it was that if you can't surf with the big dogs, stay off the net. Do you remember that was a theme?
I don't
When
remember that one.
the big dogs T-shirts. Oh, it was a
I must
really
have
big.
missed that, Bob.
It's probably in the 90s to early mid 2000s. I'd say that it
In
was really
90
big.
There was the internet in the 90s? No way. Was that when you had to dial it up?
Very good.
I remember when I first moved to Germany, I had to plug in, I had the internet, and I had to have it on the phone line. And my goodness, it just to download an image, it was like line by line by line by line.
Right.
Back in those days, Barb, I think the youngsters of today probably don't realise the pain that we had to go through. We had to endure
Right.
in the early days of internet, and could only dream of broadband back then. But yeah, dial-up connections, images, absolutely no video. Blimey, that would have taken a decade
Really?
to do. But yeah,
so true. Well,
so happy days. We've now got high-speed, superhighway broadband. Have you done live streaming in 4K yet, Barb?
I haven't done live streaming in that because I don't see I can do it, but I just don't see the point in it because one, you've got to have the audience there, you've got to have your content. I wouldn't waste my time on it. It's just not that big a deal. Because
you call it out.
I am going to give you a word that you may not have heard very often. It's called interpolation.
Say that again.
Interpolation. INTERPOLATION.
Interpolation.
Right.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure I've ever heard that word before.
Well, Because back in the day, when you
Bob,
were learning about how you,
Dictionary corner, let's go.
but when we were just, because that was our goal was I want to see Nick. I want to hear him, what we call real time. I want him to be there live at the moment, so that if I say ouch, you say, "Oh, Barb, I'm so sorry. What
Yeah,
happened to you?"
exactly. Yeah.
An immediate reaction. So, and if we could add some kind of image to that where we could see it, somehow. So first was to upload, and we had to use the GIF or GIF format depending on where you're
Yeah.
from.
Wow. Yeah.
But to have the lowest taking up the lowest amount of bandwidth when we shared that, because we were on dial-up modems, back in those days. In general, the situation is that I was very fortunate to have an employee. He was going to the University of New Mexico at the time, and he was really open to technology. And he saw too the opportunity of being able to connect. His parents were, they were globetrotters, if you will, with their little kids. They were very taking their children everywhere, what their father did. And so he had friends from all over the world. He was, and here we were in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he wanted to keep, real-time connections with them. So he was self-motivated. And of course, I'm sure you can imagine that to work for someone like me, you need to be self-motivated.
Yeah, if you were, otherwise you'd be so motivated by the steely stare of Barb.
Yeah. But the truth is that all of these, in development of the visual elements, your screens, your cameras, and so forth, it's how that technology sees you, and it's got to interpret that to be able to send out to wherever it's going. So if it's going through a telephone, if it's just going to, you're going to save it to disk and so forth. So he came in one day and he says, "You need to know about interpolation." And I said, just like you, "What? I don't think I ever heard that before." But that is the number one thing that I've learned in my life in creating digital art, in photography, and everything I do is understanding how the files come together. And so, for instance, in live streaming, the big thing was that back in the early days when we were able to just press the button and go live, of course, we're limited by the bandwidth we have, we're limited by the gear we have, and so forth. But if you wanted the geekier types, and you could stream to your television,
whoa,
okay, right? You could, and I streamed. I was living at the resort full time at that point, and I had big screens in my home there.
Yeah.
And so I could invite neighbors in. So that's real live beings that are not even connected to the internet.
Real humans.
Hey, let's go join Barb for coffee or whatever. And remember, the kind of people that were in that resort community with me at the time were all retired. Right.
Got my bingo card ready, Barb.
But you know what I mean. You don't ever want me to have to whip out any of my badges. I'll scare you to death.
No. Keep your badges firmly under wraps. So so you were live streaming to your TV.
And so here I was, right. I had a studio for live streaming set up. I had the master bedroom all to myself. And so I put a studio at the foot of my bed. It was so cool. Nobody knew except that I told them, because I was teaching them how to live stream. And I said, you can do this anywhere, in a motel room, whatever. You just have to have the bandwidth and some basic gear to make it happen. And so back to interpolation. I haven't forgot the time. And so that's when back when Marcus was with me, when in the early days, and he was still going to college, and I actually have a book around. I paid over $4,000 for my first scanner.
Whoa.
HP.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. I bet it was.
And I think I didn't see that go to the recycle thing that we had just a couple of weeks ago. I'll have to look and see if it's still out there.
No, so it's probably.
My life savings. I had cars I had bought, didn't pay that much for.
I think it might be like an antique now. These old.
Yeah, right. And you're going to hate the next thing coming out of my mouth. The reason that I bought that was for ballooning.
Oh no! It had to come 20 minutes 42 seconds. Everybody,
I almost made it.
If that's the time you chose on my live stream betting app, yeah, we went 20 minutes in.
Because I was connected to so many ballooning folks from around the world, and many of them were professional photographers, videographers, and so forth as they went through time. Because remember, Kodak was one of my clients. Oh, there goes. Nobody can drop more names in a live stream than I can.
I'll tell you, it's like turning on a tap, that flow.
Back to interpolation.
Interpolation. Yeah, where were we? I've still got this picture of you doing your live streams from. You made a studio in your bedroom,
right?
You were so ahead of your time. Camera. You were like the precursor of OnlyFans, but no one knew.
It's like I had lots of wow moments before we had the wow emoji.
Yeah,
but anyway, so I would invite the neighbors down, and they would watch it in the great room, the big screen in the great room. I would be around, they could open the door to the master bedroom and they could find me, and I would be in the other room, and they would be seeing people from all over the world. So they would get on their phones and say, "Hey, you got to go to Barb's live stream so we can all get together," because I was dealing with the technology and we could make that happen. But the learning moment was, if you have the basic, remember, we all get back down to these files and the ones and zeros, all the makeup of how this happens. And so if you have that, and just, you need to know the gear you have, you need to educate yourself enough that you really know the power of the gear you have and you can use it properly. And what happens is when it goes out on the big screen, it's beautiful, because that big screen, whoever built that, whoever manufactured that, they use interpolation to make the best picture you can possibly have when it's broadcast through their gear. So it's been there all the time. You just have to know how to access it. So you could be streaming in 4K. I could be on a 4K. Well, I do have 4K monitors and stuff here. So, TV screens and that. But is it going to be any better than it would have been without?
No.
The guy who sold you the 4K stuff has really got you, because a person doesn't typically know about all of that. And so they just think it is because they sold it to you. And they said, well, obviously, if you multiply it, it's got to be better.
Oh, Barb, I'm totally with you. It's a bit like phones.
Yeah,
there's only so much that the phones can do that gets better. And they keep improving the cameras, and you can do 4K, and you can do 8K. It's like, if you're looking at it on a little screen, you really don't need 4K.
Exactly. That's exactly tiny. Right. It's the biggest advertising coup out there, and how they're fooling us all the time. But so that one word is extremely important in in sharing digital
That's gonna
images.
that's gonna be the
Yep.
word of the day. Interpolation. How many sentences can you slip that into before 5? I'm going to do another live stream later. I'm going to call it interpolation.
Well, there was a time it was really hard to get that term roll off my tongue, and you definitely don't want to do it after a couple of margaritas.
Exactly. You don't want to go down to across to your bar.
Exactly.
I mean, it's only 7:30 in the morning for you, so that'd be a bit early. But, interpolation. I shall practice it.
Very good.
Tell you what, Marb, that might be a way of checking if people are real or if they are AI. And we say, okay, say interpolation.
Oh, that's funny, but not so much. It actually should be tested. I wonder how they would say that.
Yeah.
Because
we give them the letters and then we say, read that word.
Yeah.
That'll get them.
Good idea. Okay. Well, we go full circle back to AI because I do have a friend. I was telling him, my husband, that I've known him since he was a kid, and he's married with children, and he's been a software developer for very long. He lives in another country, but he embraced technology very young, and I can just tell. And we connected like this, press the button, go live, and initially, that's how we met. And he actually, I cannot begin to tell you, because his Facebook group has hundreds of thousands in it, because people, really latch on to his program, because it is one where he's developed software, and because you're helping him make that software better, then if you step on at the right time, you get a very special price for it. And it's lifetime. You're not paying for upgrades each year because you're helping him develop those upgrades. And of course, he was one of the first to jump on to the AI, using AI applications. And he knows all about, he did all the, from 101, knows all about servers, all about and the cooling rooms, everything that is required to store your content. And that goes, when they say data centers, that's because that is exactly where he comes from, and knowing how that's all required. It was required back then. My husband, back in the early 90s, worked for a company that, they were paid buku bucks to create, the rooms that were so sterile and just the right temperature so that they could store all that information. And so this young man has developed, and the lip syncing is perfect. He's developed some AI where it on video, how let's clone myself. Let's get, I want it to be like me. I'm an old gal, and I thought, I love to sing, and I've actually recorded songs. And I thought, if not my voice today, I could actually take one of my recordings and have me singing it at a younger age.
Yeah, that's an idea.
So, and maybe, it's like, well, if you never knew me, I mean, what's the benefit? But I mean, they were actually recordings of previously recorded popular songs, and so that was my goal in setting that. And he has got the lip syncing so perfect now that it is just unreal. And people are bitching and moaning, griping and groaning because, we got to have it yesterday. It's not enough for us to just have it now. We needed it 2 months ago. Oh, and everybody else is charging you for your, you've got credits and so forth to. You get in there and they hook you, and you've got to pay more for credits and that. It's lifetime all access. It's like, hello. So we are in some very exciting times with technology. I'm not giving up. I'm going to definitely be using that. He's supposed to be tomorrow. I think it is.
Are you gonna name drop him, or are you gonna?
No, I'm not. And people get mad at me for doing that over time. Is join my school community. It's Adventures with Barb, and if you join me there, I just might tell you sometimes.
That's it, guys. So if you want to know, join Barb's school, and Barb might tell you. She might not.
Maybe not.
Damn, you're good. You're good. You just built that curiosity and then sent them off.
Exactly.
Go get my stuff. It is a joy. What a privilege to live stream with you, Barb. You practice what you preach, and you just did a great job then.
Absolutely. I can't believe we're already coming up on our half hour.
I know. It's flown by. Word of the day: interpolation. So
word of the day, definitely.
Brilliant. Okay,
I will. Now, are you planning to be around next week for sure? Because I would like to schedule things a little bit earlier. I'm here, I'm
earlier.
I'm here on Tuesday. No, not early, but I'd like to schedule it before then so that I can actually let people know, because it's really tough if you're just going live sporadically and folks, well, I already have this commitment for Tuesday, or, it's, but it's Barb. I want to see what Barb's up to, that kind of thing. Scheduling works. And also the one thing that is, and I said a long time ago, that the events on Facebook, whether they're on your page, on your profile, or in your group, that is the one most underutilized tool on that platform. Even by Facebook personnel.
Wow.
So
I heard it here first.
Because what happens when you invite people, you can invite to up to 500 of your friends, 500 of the members of your group. That's a lot. And being able to do that.
In that case, definitely next Tuesday.
Okay. We'll commit to it then. And I'll set it up earlier and we'll go for it. And by then you'll have interpolation all figured out.
Interpolation. I shall report back on my interpolation journey.
For sure. So until the next time, you do you and I'll do me.
Exactly. We will. And so listen, guys, you're going to get an invite very soon. Because if we set it up, then we can invite people. Absolutely. That's a much better idea, Barb, I have to say.
Thank you so much.
Okay, guys.
Bye-bye.
Until next week, interpolation.